In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my KDP income report for the month of December. Now, this video is also part of a playlist, and if you'd like to see the rest of those videos, you can click right there, right now, in the corner of the screen and on a card. So, let's take a quick look at lifetime earnings of my account, and then we're going to take a look at my December earnings. So right off the bat, we can now see that I've earned $146,000 since 2018, or since November 2018, and I now have 4,079 books. Now if we scroll all the way down to round about here, we can see that $146,000 equates to around 73,000 books sold through KDP. Now, I still think that's absolutely crazy that there's over 73,000 books in the world which I created. Anyway, that's the lifetime of my account. If we scroll back to here, we can now go ahead and take a look at my December earnings. Now, what you see here isn't all profit because I was running ads as well. So nearer the end of the video, we will be deducting my ad spend from my royalties to see my profit. So we can see that for the month of December, I earned $6,951.83. Now, if we take a look here, we can see my lowest day was 0 because that's December 25th. And on that day, Christmas Day, Amazon does not ship our books. So that's why you see absolutely no sales there. But realistically, my lowest day was probably the day before, where I earned $14, and my highest day was one of these, where I earned around $393. Now in December, you can see that little tiny climb as we came nearer to Christmas. Now if we change this to units sold, we can see that my highest day I sold 175, and on my lowest day I sold round about 7. Now let's change this back to earnings and let's start scrolling through here. So right off the bat, just here we can see that 3 of my books brought in half of my royalties. Now if we come down to round about here, we can see that 86% of my earnings came from Amazon.com. Main reason for that is that's the marketplace that I focus on myself because they have the most traffic and the most visitors. Then I had 10.5% here in the UK, 2.2 over in Canada, and then just a little bit on other marketplaces. Now if we change this, we can see that that equates to around $6,000 on Amazon.com, 733 here in the UK, 151 in Canada, and then again just a few little bits in other marketplaces. Now if we scroll down to round about here, we can see my best performing books. Now as we can see, I earned $6,951 because I sold 3,109 units of my books. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the top 5 of my books. You can see a few more, but we'll go over the top 5. Now, my best performing book was this one. This is actually in the Valentine's Day niche, but did very well during Christmas, and I was running ads on this one. This was one of the main books that I was running ads on. So I actually sold 788 units, making over $2,000 just from that one book. My second best performing book was this one, where I made $801, selling 305 units. Now this book was a brand new book. I published this round about October, November time, and all of these sales and earnings you see just here were all organic because I didn't run any ads on this book at all. Now the problem with this is a Christmas themed book, so obviously I'm not going to get hardly any sales now from this book until the end of the year. Now my third best performing, I sold 404, making over $700. This is a Christmas specific book as well. This one tends to do extremely well every year, but this book this year just didn't really do as well. Same with this one. So this one I actually sold 315 units, making $600. I can't run ads on this one either because it has profanity on the front cover. This one above my Christmas themed book, I do run ads on this one as well, but again this year it just didn't perform as well. Then my fifth best, I sold 200 units, making 423. This is another adult colouring book. And then this one just here was also a brand new book where I sold 145 units, making $382. Now this one is also Christmas themed, but I did run ads on this one as well. Then this one just here, let's do this last one. I sold 138 units, making $320. And this one is actually a Valentine's Day book as well. Now because this one and this top one are Valentine's Day books, they should over the next week start taking off with sales again, because these two tend to do extremely well as well during the Valentine's Day period. So let's go back to the top to roundabout here, because this $6,951 isn't all profit because I was running ads. So let's go over to my advertising account for .com. So here we are on lifetime. Over lifetime, let's just take a quick look. I've actually spent $26,000. Remember, that's lifetime, and that's since 2019. I've made $92,000 in sales from running my ads. Remember, this isn't royalties, this is just sales. My ACOS is 28.7%. I've had over 10,000 orders from advertising in the US. I've had 115,000 clicks. It's costing me on average around 23 cents. And my click-through rate is around 0.65. So let's change this to last month so we can see how much that I spent in December. So let's go to here, last month, just there. Let's just give it a sec. There we go. So as we can see, I spent a little bit more in December on my ads, and I spent $1,254. Now the only reason that I spent so much is because my ACOS was really good. So December, Christmas time, Q4, advertising can get really expensive. Why is that? Well, because there's a lot of competition. But this year I had a strategy and I stuck to that strategy, and it got me some really good results, as you can see just here. Now, the strategy that I used, I also shared within the LCB Vault. That's our main self-publishing low-content book course where I share everything that I know about publishing. But I actually shared all of my strategy and everything that I did with my ads within the Vault. So if you're interested in seeing that strategy, there will be a link for the Vault down in the description below. So let's take a quick look at my stats for the month of December. So I spent $1,254, making $5,217 in sales with a really low ACOS of around 24%. I had 617 orders. I had 7,436 clicks, and my average cost per click was around 17%. Now, what we're going to do is take my spend from here and also my UK advertising account, because I did spend a little bit there as well. In fact, let's just go over the stats for this as well. I spent £177, made £600 in sales. I had 1,808 clicks, which was 114 orders, with an ACOS which was still pretty good, which around 29.48%. Now let's take this 177.49 and put that into a converter so we can change it to dollars. Now that turns out to be round about $214. So let's go back over to my earnings, which is just here. Let's pull up a calculator. So that's 6,951.83. Take away, now let's go back over to the advertising account. That is 1,254.35. Take away, so let's go back over to here, 214.11, so that's 214.11, and my earnings, what my profit was, which I'm left with, is $5,483.37. So I'm extremely happy with this. December actually turned out to be, in fact, let's go back over to here. It turned out to be my third best month ever and my second best Christmas ever as well. So if we take a look here, there's that $6,951. I actually beat last year's December as well, as we can see just here. So it turned out to be an extremely good December. Now, one thing I want to note really quick, in my previous income report, I believe it was for November. It might have been October, but I believe it was November. I was saying how KDP, or any business for that matter, you're going to have your ups and downs. One month you can have a really slow month, you could have your worst month ever, and then the following month you could have your best month ever. So right here in November, that's what I was saying. And then in December, as we can see, I had some really, really good sales. So December turned out to be an extremely good month for me, and I'm extremely happy. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. And if you'd like to see the rest of my income reports for my low content book publishing business, then click right here and watch this video.